Israeli terrorists and their sympathizers are in extraordinary meltdown at the moment. That's because two Irish women have cornered an Israeli occupation force terrorist for what he and his other colleagues have done in Gaza, the occupied West Bank, and elsewhere in the region. The video of these two Irish women confronting an Israeli terrorist at a restaurant in Dublin has gone viral. Now, in the video, these two Irish women could be seen telling the IOF terrorist that he was not welcome in the country. They also tell him to off. Watch the video here.
That you enjoy shooting at my country because you also attacked Lebanon too.
We know that you're an IDF soldier from Israel. What the fuck are you doing in Ireland?
You're not welcome in Ireland. You are not welcome in Ireland. Fuck you, and I wish you.
Zionists are not welcome in Ireland. Go to fucking Germany.
I'm not welcome.
I'm not welcome. She's fucking Irish, bitch. She's Irish. She's not a whore.
You're not welcome in Ireland.
You're not welcome in Ireland. And make sure you tell every single one of your buddies in IUF that you're not welcome. Please do. Just make sure you get my good side, please, though, okay? This is my better side. Fuck you and the IUF and fuck Israel.
Israel is on its way out.
Yeah.
Israel is on its way out. And you're not
The Israeli-American empire is...
In another video, one woman could be seen spitting at this IOF terrorist. This prompts him to play the victim card as he asks people to call the police. These IOF soldiers, who have brutally slaughtered more than 20,000 innocent Palestinian children in Gaza in the last 16 months, suddenly think of law enforcing agencies when they are being made to face the music. Wish Palestinians had this luxury, and they could also call for law enforcing agencies to punish the perpetrators of far more serious crimes against humanity committed by Israeli terrorists. Remember, Israel had announced it was closing its embassy in Ireland after Ireland recognized the independent state of Palestine. The Palestinian ambassador at the UN had rightly exposed the Israeli hypocrisy at that time.
Israeli foreign minister closed the Israeli embassy in Dublin, stating, and I quote, that Ireland has crossed every red line. Really? So Israel continues genocide, starves and forcibly displaces a people, colonizes and annexes land. But it is Ireland which has crossed every red line for denouncing these crimes, for insisting on respect for international law and for human rights. You must be kidding me. How much more absurd can this situation get? How much more indecent can Israeli officials get?
Israelis are deeply hated in Ireland. Ireland is a party to South Africa's case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. Any country which believes in the rule of law and human rights would find Israeli atrocities in Gaza revolting and disgusting. No wonder one Irish parliamentarian had said that war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu, wanted by the International Criminal Court, would burn in hell.
It's unbelievable, the genocide that's happening. A child with no head, and the Israeli government say it's a mistake. I hope that Benjamin Netanyahu burns in hell the same way them children and their families burned. I hope him and his generals and the far-right government in Israel, that when their God finally brings him to the resting place, that he deserves to burn in hell. Because what is happening now, not alone is it apartheid, not alone is it atrocity and a war crime, it's just horrific. It's just horrific what they're doing. Where is their soul? Where is the soul of the Israeli people that allows their government to do this to children? Where is their humanity? The Israeli people, the Jewish people, after everything the Jewish people have suffered down over the decades, that they would allow their government to do this to other human beings. human beings. But in the eyes of Netanyahu and this far-right Israeli government, Palestinians are human beings. But today here, the Irish people say, we recognise Palestine. We recognise that they are human beings, just like every one of us. Shame on Israel. Shame on what they've done, and will never be forgotten.
For years, Israelis have been playing the anti-Semitic card to hide their war crimes. This sense of entitlement has no takers these days. Gone are the days when these terrorists can afford to live in a civilized society even after committing horrific crimes against humanity. Countries like the US, the UK, EU, Canada, and Australia can do what they want to protect these war criminals by accepting them in their societies, but this is not acceptable to people who care about humanity. We saw how some IOF terrorists had to flee from many countries after the Hind Raja Foundation alerted the Interpol and the ICC about their presence in recent weeks. In the meantime, efforts are already underway to project these war criminals as victims. This is how RTE website reported on this Dublin incident. Israeli man spat at while dining in shocking incident. Indeed, very shocking. Then the report goes on to describe this IOF terrorist as a businessman. Classic Israeli propaganda playbook. All these terrorists become innocent sons, daughters, students, scholars, and businessmen after they have massacred tens of thousands of innocent Palestinian men, women, children, and babies. This is RT's website's businessmen, Israeli businessmen, celebrating Gaza genocide and making fun of those tens of thousands of Palestinians who were slaughtered by him and his colleagues. Then these morons have the audacity to ask why they are hated around the world.
You don't like the facts, always speaking blah blah. I conscious little film with your caca. True fact, I could send you all the way to Gaza. All you do is joke just like Willy Wonka. Always matching in the streets just like Jukim. Well, you know, please go play Jukim. Genocide, appetite, paka paka every night. Only one thing to say, Israel is here to stay. Well, do you think I care about you? Nah, we don't care about you. We have the best country in the whole damn world. Gal Gadot. Raffaelli, well, you were thinking.
Look, I don't condone any violence or hate speech, but I would also never sign up for any crimes against humanity. The latest episode only shows that people around the world are angry and very, very angry about the Gaza genocide, and IOF terrorists will have no place to hide in days, weeks, and months to come. That's it from me. Thank you very much for your support of this platform and our journalism on buymeacoffee.com and Patreon. If you too think that our journalism is worth supporting, then you too should consider becoming part of it. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, because that's one of the many ways you can support independent journalism. God bless you all.